Good evening, Mid-Atlantic SMRA. This is Matt Chappell coming to you from my home, video number 2. It's been a busy week, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. So, hey, folks, I flew up to Dulles Airport and got into D.C. and did a QBR, quarterly business review, with Johannes Paquette and the MDCP team. And, man, they did a great job. These folks really know their business, those 7 market managers. And just, what I was really impressed with is just how much they knew about the market, the competition, the network, what we're doing with the network, all the things, their teams. They were so proud of what you guys are doing. And you just really got some really exceptional human beings leading that team up there, starting with Johannes and his whole crew. Got a chance to go out. They went to dinner, and then I met them for maybe a drink or two. Had some fun with them, but just really good people. And I just love working with good people. And there are some great people up there doing a great job. I got up on Wednesday morning, and I drove up to Hagerstown, Maryland, to spend the day with Stathi Harlapas. He's our RISM up in that market. And I got to tell you, first of all, I got to the airport on Monday night, and they only had a rental car left, and a couple left. And I always go for the standard cost rental, but because they didn't have much there, they gave me a nicer car for the rate of a standard. So I was like, sounds good, I'll take it. And they give me this Dodge Hemi. Have you ever driven a Hemi? Holy, that thing has got I'm going to get a ticket written all over it. I drove that thing up 15, took it through the scenic route. Thanks, Stathi, for that. I thought I was going to hydroplane over some of these hills, but fast. Fortunately, I still have my license, but a lot of fun. But got up to Hagerstown and had just a blast with Stathi. He knows his stuff. What a great guy. Knows his stuff. I watched him in stores. He's really fantastic. One of our better people. And I got a chance to go over and visit Jay Kappas and Juan over at our Hagerstown store in Cole Road. And I want to really thank Juan. Juan's put in a lot of effort to hold down the fort in that store the last couple of months during a very busy time. And I was really impressed with him, and I'm really grateful for what he did up there. So Juan, hats off to you. Just great. So Thursday, I fly back to Charlotte, and we do a quarterly business review with Dennis Jones and the Carolina South team, Team Kapawi. And just stellar. What a powerhouse team. Dennis has had this group together for, 4 or 5 years. And just, it's one of the strongest cultures I've ever seen in my whole 25 years in wireless. The way that team works together. But they've been together a while. But they are just tied at the hip. And they got a chance to recognize, it speaks about culture, they recognize their most valuable peer, something Dennis does consistently. Most valuable peer, Cindy Faulkner up in Hickory. And I watched every single person on that team just talk about how grateful they were for what she does. A bunch of people were tearing up. It was unbelievable. And I think if any of those people would have been voted most valuable peer, every one of the other 7 would have been able to talk about how grateful they are for that person on the team. That is culture. That is what we're looking for. Dennis, you built that like I haven't seen anybody do it. And then your team just knocked the quarter business review out of the park. Just incredible. I get back after a long night. I get my hair cut. And then I go in, I watch the NFL draft. Wow, I was so excited. My man, Aiden Hutchinson, Michigan Wolverine, he gets drafted by my team, Detroit Lions, 2nd round. I don't know what Jacksonville was thinking. They draft him. And then they go on, and Michigan gets 2 more. They get Dax Hill getting drafted later in the round by the Bengals. And then today, David Ojabo gets picked up. Best steal of the draft, Ojabo in round 2. Awesome. If anybody watched the draft, if you like football, what in the heck were the freaking Patriots thinking? Cole Strange? What's that guy going to do? First round, crazy. It's absolutely nuts. Well, then I get back on Friday after all the craziness, and we do some one-on-ones. I do some one-on-ones with Kelly and Dennis and Johannes. I got to tell you, if you're not doing one-on-ones with your people regularly, first of all, these guys give me energy. They put a wind at my back. But those regular one-on-ones are so important. I learned so much from them. I learned things from one that I carry forward to the next. So if you're not doing regular one-on-ones with your folks and really putting in the time and the investment to do that, there isn't anything more valuable than that. Especially if you love who you're working with, and I love who I work with. So earlier this week, Mike Sievert and the leadership team got a chance to share what we did with Wall Street in our first quarter. And I got to tell you, it was a great quarter, but the number of times that they talked about SMRA, now they started calling it dumb stuff like Smyrna and SMRA and all this shit that we shouldn't be talking about. I'm going to straighten that out. It is SMRA, smaller markets and rural areas. And then the Wall Street analysts were asking about what we're doing there and what's happening. We're in a great company, but we are in the right part of the company in SMRA. It is the hottest and fastest growing thing. What we're doing with home internet, that's us. We're driving the heck out of that. What we're doing to grow new accounts, that's us. We're growing that. We are the fastest part of the business in terms of growth. And just love being a part of it. Hope you all too. So, other good news. You heard about, you saw my hat, and we brought back the hats, repping my home state here in North Carolina. Got that hat. I can wear a hat that, repping my where I pay the tuition, too much tuition, but none of those hats are okay to wear. But we can wear this hat. We can wear a retail approved T-Mobile hat because our company has stepped up. We heard you in the Your Voice survey. We can wear hats now. That's just awesome. And I like hats. I love hats. And I got to tell you, David Miller, Mark Hall, Jake Caldwell, just a piece of their soul was removed when I said you can't wear a hat. Because if you can't wear a hat in the retail store, my leadership team's not wearing a hat. So I asked them to take the hats off, and a week later, in come the hats, and they're back. So we responded. There was an awesome comment in my Your Voice survey. It was in the diversity inclusion questions of the survey. And the question was about, what we can do better for inclusion. And the comment said, my hat does not feel included. It was so funny. Hats are back. You can wear the hats. Just make sure they're retail approved. I don't know if that one's approved, but we're a T-Mobile hat. All right. I want to recognize some people. Power ranker. So let's talk about the power ranker. Let's talk about who's leading the power ranker. I want to talk about our market managers. Matt Robinson, Fredericksburg, he's leading the power ranker right now with 2 days to go. But David Miller in North Myrtle and Wilmington has put in some serious heat on Robinson. So don't sleep on Miller there, Robinson. RISMs, Justin Brader up in Harrisburg, he's leading the way. He had a great first quarter. Ashley Dirich, just across the river in Mechanicsburg, she is hot on his heels. They're 1-2. It's a 2-horse race. Let's talk about our RSMs. Number 1 store in the region this month. Corey Nisbet and Lysandra at Pickens, South Carolina. That's number 1. Number 2, Brian Kamara and Kenny Anderson. They're always up in this list. Coastal Grand, they're number 2. How about Julio Marquez and G. Morales in Seaford, Delaware? That was our best store in March. They're battling for best store again in April. How about Terrence Armstrong and Lakeisha Riley in Lumberton? That's number 4. And then round out the top 5 is Jacob and Nano at Charlottesville, Virginia, leading the way. Awesome job. Welcome to the team, Jacob. Doing a great job to start. So really good work. I want to also thank you guys for the great work you're doing on the table stakes metrics. The fundamentals like customer welcome and NBA and hint validation and network mention. We are number 1 in the nation in core and welcome. Number 1 in the nation in core in NBA. Number 1 in the nation in hint validation and core. And it ain't close. We're whooping everybody. We're the team to beat. Network mention, we could talk about it a bit more. Let's talk about the network. Let's tell them what we got. We're lagging a little bit there. We can do better. Dennis Jones in Carolina South, his team is number 1 in 3 of those 4 categories in the nation. And Kelly and Johannes' teams are both top 3 or 4 in all of them. Everybody's killing it. You guys are really responding. So I want to thank you for that. I also want to thank everybody. I'm heading off to Miami for Winter Circle on Monday. And I didn't get there on my own. And when leadership gets to those types of things, it's a representation of what the team has done. And I got an opportunity. I'm the only one from SMRA that's representing as a director. And so that's a testament to what you guys have done. And I'm so appreciative. I love those things, but I love the fact that what we did as a team was enough for somebody to feel like, a representative of our team can go. And I'm super grateful for that. And I'd like to thank everybody for the role you played there, and really looking forward to a bunch of you getting there in 2023. I'll take some videos when I'm down there, and just super grateful. So thanks for everybody's doing. Sorry this thing's so damn long. Hope you hang with me. I got 90 people that watched it last week. It's probably going to cut in half this week because it's too long. And but I really hope you enjoy these videos and get something out of it. Have a great weekend. Thanks for all you do. Take care.